we need to play our fun game called Lorehammer or Yourhammer. Wow. It's back. We haven't done it for ages.
It's back. Yeah.
Shall I
haven't done it in so long, I completely forgot. So I've had to, while we've been doing this...
You've been thinking of one?
Be thinking.
Wowzers. Okay, shall I do mine first, or do you want to like bowl in before you forget it?
No. You do yours first, because it gives me time to consider more.
Okay, sweet. So my first one is about this guy. Boom. Remember him?
I remember the model, because I fucking hate it.
I fucking love it. It's one of my favorites.
There's minor details that really put me off. His mustache tendrils are one of the main ones.
But you could easily chop those off.
But he's got that little...
I think he's amazing. It's so goofy. I think I love it in the same way you love Centurions.
Okay, like it's so bad.
It's so, like, it almost like... When I first saw this model in real life, which was the first time I'd ever seen it, I didn't think it was a game. I thought it was like a third-party, goofy Nurgle demon thing.
Yeah.
Like when you see like the Great Unclean one with the top hat.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't realize it was an official GW model because it's so weird. But I love him.
It's like, it suffers from the same problem the Beast of Nurgle had as well. The bottom half is so like doughy, like how it's sculpted.
Yeah, it kind of looks like he's made of Play-Doh.
Like it doesn't look like it's the same sculpt as the other. Like, I don't know.
I love
the guy on the back, I think, is amazing. I love that pose. Him holding his big fucking weapon, just like chilling. He's great.
I'm glad to hear you don't know anything about him, Tom, because I'm about to fill you in.
I know I don't like him.
With some lore or your
Okay.
hammer about him. So it's this may be true, this may be false. You're going to hear two stories. Tell me which is which.
Okay.
So this boy, what's his name? Fucking Slimylon.
Horticulus
Slimux.
Okay, great.
He's a favoured demon of Nurgle,
Sure.
as you can imagine.
Okay.
He's got a whole part in the realm of Nurgle that is like his garden and farm.
Okay.
And he tends the crops and the creatures that live there. And when he comes to like real space and spreads disease and kills people with his scythe and all that kind of stuff, if he personally kills them, their soul is like belongs to him.
Okay.
And when he goes back to the gardens, he has like a pasture of all the people, all the souls he's ever killed, and they're all like trapped there for eternity.
Okay.
Making fertilizer for him, for his gardens.
What, like pooping?
He gives them fucking poopy pants disease.
Wow.
And they spend eternity writhing in agony in Nurgle's gardens, producing the fertilizer for which he tends his crops.
So I see you are perfectly skirting around actually saying pooping, and you're hoping that I fill in the gaps. Okay, so he's got his poop team, but they aren't the poop team. I guess they're gardeners.
No. Like he chains them up and he has a poop factory.
Okay.
And he goes there and he picks up his buckets of fertilizer.
Right.
And that's why he's got this like plow on the back of his snail.
Okay.
Because he rides the beast through the gardens, plows his fields, and then like gets them all to like poop in.
Okay, sure.
Poop in the holes.
I like it. I like it a lot. It's a poop story.
Yeah. So don't get killed by this guy because you will spend eternity shitting yourself.
Right. Okay.
He's the lord of the poop.
Sure. Okay. Cool. I like it. What's your other story?
My other story is about is also Nurgle related.
Okay.
So you know let's just get a picture up. So you know Nurgle. He's all about disease and filth and grossness.
Yeah.
When the Eldar gods were destroyed by the birth of Slaanesh, Slaanesh was born as the Chaos God, devoured all of the Eldar gods, except for the Laughing God, who like ran away and hid in the webway.
Right.
And the Cain, the god of war, which couldn't be defeated, so was instead shattered into like 1,000,000 parts.
Yeah.
And that's the avatars.
Sure.
Turns out there was another Eldar god that Slaanesh didn't get to eat. It was Isha, goddess of like life and healing. She was captured while running away by Papa Nurgle.
Okay.
And he keeps her chained up. He loves her. He loves her so much that he keeps her chained up in his like palace. And he sits there with a big cauldron of like pox and disease. And whenever he comes up with like a new creation, he like stirs his evil plague cauldron. And when he's got like something he thinks is like the new disease he's going to unleash on the universe, he tests it on Isha. And because she's like the goddess of life and healing, she can eventually heal and overcome any disease. But like the longer it takes her to recover from, and the nastier its effects on her, the more like good it is.
Okay.
And if it doesn't like really fuck her up, then he's like, back to the drawing board. I'm going to make it even worse. But if it does take her like a while to get over, and he's like, boom, this is the best one yet. I'm going to like chuck it out into real space.
Oh shit, that's very grimdark,
isn't it? And it is said there's an Eldar legend.
Okay, this one's false. The other one is true. Right.
There's an Eldar legend that says she can be rescued.
Sure.
She can be rescued if enough Eldar shed a tear for her, then their collective sorrow will free her from bondage.
Right.
There we go. 2 Nurgle stories. One about Eldar goddess, one about poop yourself forever.
I'm just going with poop story. Poop story. Just because I want it to be true. I think you've told it in a weird way, and they don't actually poop. I like the idea that the people go there and they get turned into fertilizer, or that seems very like fantasy chaos. The Eldar one, it could be true. It could not be. Like, I don't know. But then you started adding on some extra stuff that made me hate it. So
right.
I want the first one to be true. Also, it's got poop.
Boom. Final answer?
Yeah.
Bam! I win!
Huzzah!
I'm afraid I made up. This guy, there's no pooping, there's no fertilizing. He is a gardener.
Okay.
But he doesn't make you poop forever to fertilize his fields.
Oh.
But the whole shit, Eldar, no,
Shit, Eldar, you did it.
Control. Even the little legend thing is true. Like,
what's the source on it? I never like to use the 40k wiki.
This isn't the one I got. I just
because they don't cite their sources.
No, exactly. There's another one. There's another wiki that does cite sources.
The Lexicanum is much better.
Yeah,
because the entry's a lot shorter.
And it actually says what book
but they
it's
actually
in.
cite their sources.
So yeah, I did check it in the 4th edition Demons book, and here it is. Rumors spread among the Exodites. It is whispered that if enough Eldar weep for the corruption of the Maiden World, their combined sorrow shall release Isha from her prison. When I read that, I was like,
"Oh God, there's no way I'll go for it because I hate it too much." You played me, Ben. You played me.
Because there's a fucking Benism.
With my love of poop and hate of fucking Eldar stories that have stupid Benisms. Yeah, but I couldn't risk being wrong by not choosing the poop one.
You can't get tricked by poop.
I can't get tricked by it. Is the thing. So it's like that was a good power play.
Oh, nice! It had all the Lorehammer, Yourhammer tropes.
Yeah, all the trappings. Good, a good story. Okay, right. I've got some for you.
Perfect. Hit me. I haven't won one for ages. That feels good.
Are you familiar with the ARK Mechanicus?
Yeah, it's like it's a big Adeptus Mechanicus spaceship that goes around looking for like old tech and shit.
Yeah. So this is a very simple one. I've got 2 very, very quick and easy ones for you. The ARK Mechanicus. So it is. They are like the biggest ships the Imperial have.
Okay.
Like this model does not do it justice. Ooh. They are the biggest things, and ARK Mechanicuses are so big that inside of them they have entire replica cities where Titans can have live fire battles against each other, and entire armies of Imperial Guard fight and practice.
Well, these just giant like combat chambers the size of cities.
Where they can have like dozens and dozens of Titans all fighting.
Wow, practicing their tactics.
Titan things.
Cool.
Boom. ARK Mechanicus.
Big.
There's one of the stories.
Okay, I like that. I mean, everything in Warhammer's big. So that could definitely be true.
The Cardron Overlords. Is there like a fun picture of? Sure, that guy is great. I guess like. So these guys, you know the Cardron Overlords?
I sure do. Yeah, steampunk balloon dwarves.
Did you know they huff gasoline?
What, for fun?
For combat prowess.
Right.
Well, it's kind of like meth gasoline.
Is it balloon fuel?
So it's the ether
Yeah.
that they have that power their ships. That when they perform sieges or things like that, to give them an edge, they'll take off their masks and inhale the magic ether rocks.
Oh,
because
wow.
it like sharpens their senses. It had a very like World War II meth vibe. I thought.
Right.
But you don't want to do it too much because a bit like Asbestos Lady.
Right.
I think it's pretty
Long term effects.
long term, very very bad.
Oh,
for you.
okay. Wow.
and
Huffing rocket fuel for combat drugs. Or giant Titan battles inside silly big spaceships.
Yeah.
Oh, they could both be true. They both have the right vibe. I believe both of them. But one must be false. I feel like the huffing rocket fuel is not brand safe. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
That feels less likely to be true. Like, because Age of Sigmar is generally trying to be more brand safe than previous old lore. So purely on that alone, I'm going to decide that giant spaceships is true, and meth dwarves is false.
Okay, pal. You are 100% correct.
Oh,
Well done. Fucking double win.
holy shit!
Yeah, the ARK Mechanicus.
That's insane that it's big enough to have like Titan battles inside. Because Titans are like bigger than buildings.
Yeah, and also the size variation in the lore, where a Warlord Titan, where apparently they have them can be firing their guns live inside the spaceship, which already sounds like a terrible decision.
Yeah, like you are literally going to blow a hole in that thing, but sure.
But it was meant to be a thing. Yeah, because I was looking up the other day, like how do they transport Titans?
Do they have just insane big like drop pod ships
So
for them?
you do have those, which are called like the iron coffins or something like that.
Oh.
And they like they could drop pod Titans in.
Because how else are you going to get them down to the surface, right? Is that a thing? Oh no, that's a Star Wars.
That's a Star Wars.
I clearly said Warhammer. Oh. Yeah. Coffin ships, chat says.
Oh, coffin ships.
I guess
Yeah,
it's
like
just never done any artwork for them,
Yeah, I
guess.
couldn't see any art because I think they've just been referenced like here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go from there was talking about how actually like they use the ARK Mechanicuses generally will deliver Titans because they don't trust anyone else. They don't trust the Imperial Navy.
Yeah, to just accidentally, oops, crashed a Titan.
And then when reading about the ARK Mechanicuses and Titans, it was like, yeah, many have full-scale cities inside where they do live fire exercises.
That's insane that they'll just fire volcano cannons inside their ship.
That seems bonkers. And it's just a throwaway, like single line of lore, just in a book somewhere. And
that's so ill thought through. Like those, like Titan weapons are like so powerful. Why would you fire them inside your ship? That's fucking dumb as shit.
Also, yeah, like because I remember from Gothic, these were the size of just like a cruiser.
Yeah, they were just you could get them in the size of a cruiser or a battleship. Like the Emperor class battleship had like a Mechanicus equivalent, basically they just reskinned all the Imperial ships and gave them a different prow and said they were Mechanicus ones.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that they're different. The more different you can make them, the more that's more interesting for me. Rather than just saying they're like Imperial ships but red.
Yeah. But yeah, would have liked for it to be bigger.
Ah.
But yeah, PAL.